Hello and welcome. This is HLessJon, and this is my series on development, programming, and delivery tools. This first episode will begin with software containerization. During this episode, we're going to be dealing with such things as Docker, Rocket, Lexd, as well as a few other things. So let's get right into it. First of all, let's talk about what software containerization is. Software containerization can be best explained as an alternative to machine virtualization. What containerization does is it contains your application, in most cases it's your application, within its very own operating environment. And this means your application can be run on a variety of different physical machines, and you as the developer and the user do not have to worry about such things as dependency, which is very cool. The first two that I want to talk about are Docker and Rocket. And I do want to talk about the Microsoft version later on, but it's not that important at the moment. Docker is the big dog. Everybody is talking about it and using it. Docker, if you go to the website, talks about their product, and they do, I think, a very good job of explaining it. It is a container that wraps a piece of software in a complete file system that contains everything needed to run: code, runtime, system tools, system library, anything that can be installed on a server. This guarantees that the software will always run the same, regardless of its environment. Or, to put it simply, it works everywhere. Now, one of the major competitors to Docker is Rocket. While Docker, if you'll get into it, it seems that Docker has developed into a much richer and more complex platform that serves a wider variety of needs and functions. While Rocket, Core OS Rocket, is designed to be simpler. It's to be simpler, but a secure, reusable component for deploying applications. Rocket automates the deployment of applications into a portable, self-reliant container, which can then be operated virtually anywhere on any server. Now, those are the application containers. I was doing research at this, and I ran a lot into Lexd and Lexd, which is Linux. Lexd and Lexd is deployable Linux virtual machines. This is a Linux container for an operating system virtualization, which can then run multiple isolated Linux systems or their containers on a single Lexd host. Now, Lexd is a hypervisor, which is a software program that can manage multiple virtual machines on a single computer system. Notice that Lexd contains virtual machines, again, while Docker and Rocket contain applications. Now, apparently, Lexd was developed to work closely with OpenStack, and OpenStack is a set of software tools for developing cloud computing and storage platforms, which everybody sees as the future of computing. Now, I did mention Microsoft early on. Its containerization project was known as Drawbridge. And I say was known, it actually still is. However, as far as I can tell, Drawbridge is dead. It doesn't seem to have been active since 2011 if you go to their webpage. And I also, while doing research for this, noted that Docker and Microsoft are partners in the industry. So there were some things that were going to be different about Drawbridge compared to Docker, but that may have had something to do with why Drawbridge never really developed much. So there's that. Now, there are a lot of things out there that are related to or actual containers themselves that I'm just not going to talk about. Related software, related products, and things that actually are containers. Like, I'll mention them: Portworx, Kismatic, Cluster HQ, Blue Data, Rancher Labs, Shippable, Sysdig, and I think it's called Tutum, Twistlock, and Weaveworks. All these deal with the container application software industry in some degree, and I put the links below. Thank you for joining me. This has been HLessJon talking about software containerization. I want to end this video by giving a sincere thanks to my subscribers. At the time of making this video, I have slightly over 300 subscribers. I am truly honored and deeply humbled by your attentions. So, having said that, this is HLessJon. Thank you for joining me. in my new series, Development, Programming, and Delivery Tools. I have plans for this to be at least a 6-month series. To see my latest videos, make sure that you subscribe to this YouTube channel if you have not already by clicking on the subscribe button. And thank you, and I will see you around.